Refillable snacks, international eats, and hidden gems under $5. You're not going to find these anywhere else but Epcot. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. So if Epcot's known for one thing, it's for being one of the most unique theme park experiences out there. And that goes for its snack offerings too. So today we are exploring this food-driven park to showcase all the different exclusive sweets and savory snacks that this place has to offer. Starting with some of the newest exclusive stuff and working our way down to the classics that you're still not going to find at another Disney World park. Now, I have to begin this video with something that I love so much, I'm probably going to cry, and that is candy apples wearing lederhosen. As much as I love me some caramel Kusha over at the Germany Pavilion, there's something I need to confess. Not everything at caramel Kusha is exclusive. I know, scandalous, right? But also true. We've been able to find those caramel butter bars and pecan clusters and even the caramel popcorn at other confectionery and bakery display cases around Disney World. And that's just because it's so good, they know it's going to sell in a lot of places. So if you want the really exclusive stuff from caramel Kusha, you're going to want to be on the lookout for two things. One, the seasonal specialty offerings, like those seasonal caramel cookie sandwiches, which are always a big hit with the DFB crew. And two, you'll want to find the candied apples or the caramel apples that are dressed in their German finest. Look at these. Look at how cute they are. You can either choose the Mickey Lederhosen apple dipped in milk chocolate, or you can choose the mini Dirndl apple dipped in white chocolate. Both are the correct answer, by the way, and both are made with Granny Smith apple, making them a little bit more on the tart side of things, and they're also topped off with little marshmallow ears dipped in fresh caramel. So by the time you watch this, Epcot's newest adults-only Spaceship Earth themed lounge called Geo82 will be officially open and ready for you to book advanced dining reservations for. Along with an extensive list of specialty exclusive drinks like featured and zero-proof cocktails and beer and wine, you can also pick up some rather eclectic small bites too, including the chef's selection of artisanal cheeses, cured meats and accompaniments, jumbo lump crab gâteau, truffled ahi tuna, a cannellini hummus, which is made with pumpkin seed pistou, radish, preserved lemon, Fresno peppers, and papadam, a very fancy hummus, and a fungi flatbread made with roasted mushrooms, miso mascarpone, mozzarella fontina, pickled red onion, and black garlic molasses. Geo82 is also offering a brand new fireworks experience where you can watch Luminous, the Symphony of Us from inside the lounge. This is going to be the most expensive fireworks experience offered inside Epcot, starting at $179 per person. But that price also includes a sommelier selected champagne or event exclusive cocktails if preferred, a tasting tower of savory bites prior to the fireworks, and an assortment of sweets during the fireworks. Whether you book the fireworks experience or just the regular day visit for this lounge, Geo82's reservations are going to be mighty popular, so make sure you book yours right when you know you're able to, 60 days before you visit. And once again, keep in mind that only guests 21 and older are allowed to go here. They're the only people that are going to be let in the door. So if you want a fireworks dining experience that's good for the whole family and cheaper too, then you'll want to grab a fireworks package for Spice Road Table in the Morocco Pavilion or Rose and Crown in the UK Pavilion instead. If you live in a town where Crumble Cookie is only a stone's throw away, then consider yourself lucky. Every season when Crumble re-releases their cornbread cookies, the DFB team declares it an office-wide holiday, and we all have to drop everything we're doing to go out and get one in celebration, even if it means driving to the nearest Crumble location like 100 miles away. Anyway, back to Epcot, because over at Sunshine Seasons in the Land Pavilion, and these are pretty hidden away, you won't be able to find a cornbread cookie, but you can find these thick cookies inside the Quick Services Bakery display case that taste a whole lot like a Crumble cookie dupe, and they also change around quite a bit, a lot like Crumble cookies. On my last visit, I picked up the cherry pie cookie, which, yeah, there's no hiding it. It's a straight up Crumble dupe from the sugar cookie base to the cherry pie filling on top. It's also got this nice little rim of buttercream around the outside the cherry pie filling that's further topped off with these streusel-like crumbles. It's a really good cookie and unbelievably sweet, like a Crumble cookie should be. That's why Crumble has those specialty slicers for sale that split the cookie into 4 shareable sections. You may very well want to share this one too. Now, if I'm being real with you, the Crumble cookie dupe might not be my number one choice of treat at Sunshine Seasons. It really depends on my mood. I'm also a big fan of the peanut butter whoopie pie here, which is a chocolate whoopie pie with peanut butter filling and whipped cream and powdered sugar. Somehow, this thick-looking treat manages to be light and fluffy and also completely decadent. Plus, peanut butter has that whipped consistency, but it's a whipped buttercream, so it's not like whipped cream. It's still pretty pretty thick, but it's also smooth and creamy. Or if I'm at Sunshine Seasons and I want something more substantial and savory, give me the pizza roll any day. It could be the cheese one, it could be the pepperoni one. I guess I prefer the pepperoni one, but if you want to give me the cheese one, I'll take it. They're both thick and cheesy and delicious, and they're also great for kids and adults who might not be keen on all the more adventurous dining options available around Epcot's World Showcase. Okay, book time. Is it weird that I sometimes look through our DFB guide to Epcot snacks as if I'm looking through a scrapbook of family members? Because that's what it feels like. From the pictures to the snack crawls to even the specific places around the park where I got to sink my teeth into one of my favorite treats for the first time. It's all a walk down a nostalgic memory lane and total comfort food for my soul. And then I get really, really hungry and wish I could be in Epcot. And I hope you feel the same way about all of our snack guides. But just in case you need a taste test of them before you commit, go ahead and scan the QR code you see on the screen now or head to disneyfoodblog.com/bestsnacks and we're going to send you a completely free sample of each of our snack guides showcasing the top 10 best snacks in each park, as well as full color maps, snack maps, of where to track them all down. So when I first tried the Bombchin at Connections Eatery and World Celebration, I wasn't super impressed. Sure, the treat was fine, but there really wasn't any wow factor to it, which was a shame, since the treat is set up to be a really unique experience. Bombchin is German for tree cake, which is why this dessert is made of 15 ringed layers. Cool concept, not the best execution, at least for me. Until the Epcot Festivals got their hands on these things, and then the flavor factor caught our attention because the seasonal Bombchin's tend to be a whole lot more exciting. Just take this past lemon lavender Bombchin from the 2025 Flower and Garden Festival. This version of it was soft and the lemon and lavender flavors were very delicate, making this dish overall a light and airy, not overly perfumey tasting like some floral treats can get, cake. It was like eating a lemon lavender cloud if clouds were also kind of crunchy and very sweet. The good thing about Epcot's seasonal Bombchin, no matter what flavors are available during your next visit, is that this treat is light enough that it's not going to be overly filling and keep you from taste testing a bunch of other sweet and savory options around the food booths. And since we're talking about Epcot's festivals anyway, let's get this out of the way. Epcot is the only Disney World park that has 4 seasonal festivals. Festival of the Arts at the start of the year, Flower and Garden in the springtime months, Food and Wine Festival toward the tail end of summer and across the entirety of fall, and Festival of the Holidays stretching out through the Christmas season. Each festival brings limited time entertainment and exclusive merch and lots of seasonal food booths. Some food booths are repeat offenders, coming back time and again, offering many of our classic festival faves, while others are brand new, just to add a little variety to your next visit and guarantee that no festival visit is ever exactly the same. Whenever a new festival happens, we always release a video on this channel shortly after the first day, like usually the next day, showing you a recap of our favorites so we can give you an idea of what's being offered and what you might want to prioritize during your visit. So make sure to tune in and keep an eye out for those videos if the idea of narrowing down tons of snacks to just a few must-tries, because you know we eat them all on the first day of the festival. And we bring you the best of the best so that you can make sure you're not wasting a single dollar when you go. Le Vins de Chefs de France has boozy slushes that we've been recommending for, 30 years now, including the orange slush with Grand Marnier, rum, Grey Goose orange and orange juice, as well as the citron slush with Grey Goose citron, vodka, and lemonade. But as of late, there are 2 new ways we've been enjoying these drinks. The first is by ordering the giant slush, which basically means you're supersizing either option and you're getting an extra shot of alcohol in it as well. And then there's the secret menu option. Whether you want a normal size slushie or a supersize one, but you can't decide on which flavor, you can get them layered to create an orange and lemon boozy masterpiece. That's definitely the one I would recommend. Marshmallows, chocolate, and Sam the Eagle from the Muppets. It's a combination made in heaven. Okay, so Sam Eagle actually has very little to do with the Smores Brownie from Regal Eagle Smokehouse and the American Adventure Pavilion, but he is the owner of this establishment, or at least he's somehow in charge of it. So I thought it was only fair to give him some of the credit. The S'mores Brownie comes with a graham cracker crust and a chocolate brownie base. Then it's topped off with chocolate frosting and toasted marshmallow whip. When you cut into this one, you're really going to be able to see that it has more of of a cake-like structure to it, making it lighter than a traditional super fudgy brownie. If you like the more fudgy type, this might disappoint you a little bit, but if it helps the brownie's case at all, there's a whole lot of that chocolate frosting ganache going on, and the moist and fluffy structure of the cake isn't the only thing going on with this dessert. The graham cracker base is also nice and crumbly, giving it an added crunch, and that melty marshmallow topping is gooey and sticky in a fresh, smoked over the campfire but not burned sort of way. Warning though, the marshmallow does get pretty messy if you're going to be munching on this one in the heat, but even if you're going to be eating it inside the restaurant, I'd still recommend grabbing a fork and a handful of napkins to go along with it. You're going to need them. Apparently, Epcot has this thing for taking two common desserts and combining them to create an exclusive dessert. Exhibit A, S'mores Brownie. Exhibit B, the Churro Sundae from La Cantina de San Angel over in the Mexico Pavilion. The Churro Sundae consists of caramel and vanilla swirl soft serve, you can choose one or both, with caramel sauce, mini churros, and red, white, and green sprinkles. You can also add chocolate sauce if your heart desires, and as a sauce girly, you know for a fact that that's what my heart desires. The caramel and vanilla soft serve is the best part of this dessert. It's creamy and refreshing, and the caramel sauce mixed in with it is amazingly gooey to add the perfect boost of extra caramel flavor. Now, as far as the churros are concerned, well, they're not bad by any means. They're just kind of the pre-made stuff. Nothing like the fresh churros you're going to get over at Nomad Lounge and Animal Kingdom or anything, but the churros are still great when combined with the soft serve and caramel chocolate sauces. Can't complain about a little extra battered texture in my sundae, now can I? Heading over to Gelateria Toscana in Italy, we're going to talk about the Copa Delono. This is made with vanilla, chocolate, cookies and cream gelato, and a big old dollop of whipped cream, and amaretto cookies. It's very pricey. Let's get that out of the way right now, but you get a lot of gelato packed in for that price, and good, indulgent, authentic tasting gelato at that. If we're doing vacation math over here and you decide to split this gelato, which let's be real, you'll probably want to, especially if you plan on snacking at other places around Epcot that day, then you're technically paying just over $6 for each person? Yeah, I know. Still way too expensive, but regardless, this treat is a solid option if you're looking for a completely unique gelato treat that you're not going to find in any other gelato places around Disney World, including Pavilion Gelato in Disney Springs. Every now and then we come across a Disney quick service window that we like even better than its sit-down counterpart, and that's exactly how we feel about Creps en porteur, which is attached to La Crêperie de Paris. The menu here might be smaller than the one you'll find inside La Crêperie de Paris, but you're going to be able to order the cream of brie cheese galette here, which is typically only available on the kids' prefix menu in the main restaurant. The cream of brie cheese galette is just oozing with a lot of creamy and tangy brie cheese fondue, so you know it automatically won me over at first bite. It's also served on that buckwheat galette, much like all the other savory galette options on this menu. If you've never had a buckwheat galette before, it's actually very flavorful, which could either be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what type of flavor profiles you prefer. Unlike a regular crepe that doesn't tend to add a whole lot of extra flavor to things, the buckwheat is more earthy and just adds a stronger and extra component to the flavor. It's more of a prominent bite to it. But because it's being paired with the brie cheese, and brie cheese naturally plays well with a range of different flavors, the savory combo is one we really enjoy. I'll never get tired of talking about the pretzel bread pudding from Summerfest. While bread pudding can be found at several restaurants across Disney World, because Disney sure does love their bread pudding desserts, and for good reason, the pretzel bread pudding is unique to Epcot's Germany Pavilion because it's made with soft pretzel bits, and it just so happens to be one of the most affordable and hearty desserts across property. Despite being made with pretzels, this bread pudding still has the texture you'd expect, nice and soft with a little bit of chew. There's also little bits of pretzel on top, which add a crunch and bring out the sweet and salty flavors even further. But the vanilla and caramel sauces are really what I could just eat a whole vat of. They're creamy and sweet and add even more moisture and flavor to the dessert that's already packed with it. Literally, if you're just looking for one reason to visit this tucked away quick service, let it be the pretzel bread pudding. But if you're looking for another reason, you might want to purchase one of the beers here, served in one of Epcot's souvenir steins. These steins are so pretty, and while they do have that classic beer stein design to them, they also incorporate several classic Disney and Epcot references, from the Mickey pretzel toward the top to the Germany Pavilion's clock tower with the two slightly unsettling children who ring the bell. Along with Summerfest, these steins can also be purchased at the pretzel cart or beer cart, also inside the Germany Pavilion, and they'll each come with your choice of beer. Either the Beck's Pilsner for $19, the Schaffenhofer Pink Grapefruit Hefeweizen, my favorite, for $19.75, or the Warsteiner Dunkel for $21. We've got a snack smorgasbord going on over here for you. Oasis Sweets and Sips is this little bakery window that can be easy to miss since it's tacked onto the end of that Morocco Pavilion storefront. But if you don't miss it, then you'll find yourself in an underrated snack stop where you can order an assortment of Moroccan pastries, either in a la carte fashion or in a 3, 5, or 7 count box. There are several different pastry options that you can choose from, but here's a sneak peek at some of the options we've tried in the past just to give you an idea of what you can expect. The almond griba is a type of Moroccan cookie covered in powdered sugar, but don't let the powdered sugar fool you. This cookie really isn't that overly sweet, so it can be a great option for those who want a little sweet treat but not a sugar rush. Oasis sure does love their almond flavoring, so if you're into that too, you can also try the almond brouat, which is a sweet puff pastry with almonds sprinkled on top. Unlike the griba, this pastry is very sweet, but it's also very flaky and very worth the momentary sugar rush. And the prettiest dessert you can get here by far is the mosaic cookie with apricot jam. Basically feels like you're taking a tile right out of the Morocco Pavilion and chowing down on it, but please don't actually do that because your teeth love you and you should love them back. The pairing of the apricot and chocolate flavoring in this cookie is solid, but that mosaic fondant is definitely more of a good looker than a good taster. Doesn't taste bad, but just gives the top of this cookie a chewier texture than what we would maybe want. Refillable popcorn buckets are great until you get bored of filling up your bucket with the same standard popcorn at park after park after park. And that's where the Canada popcorn cart comes in handy, because it can certainly break up all that popcorn monotony. Let me backtrack for a second. If you get a refillable popcorn bucket during your Disney World vacation, you can get popcorn refills at participating popcorn stands for $2.25 all trip long, which is half the price of a regular box of popcorn. But only at Epcot can you get the same refill price for the specialty maple popcorn that's served at the Canada Pavilion. Think of this as like kind of kettle corn with a hint of that more syrupy flavor attached to it. The maple popcorn isn't a rot your teeth out sort of sweetness, but if you've got a popcorn bucket handy, it could be the cheapest exclusive treat you'll find property-wide. Look, you really can't go wrong in the exclusive snacking department when you decide to pick up a quick bite to eat at Leerie Petisserie in the France Pavilion. It's got a ton of unique sweet and savory options for you to try that you're not going to find anywhere else in Disney World. But one of my consistent favorites served here, especially if I'm visiting in early winter during one of those rare chilly days, is the bisque de homard or the lobster bisque in a bread bowl. So technically you could treat this as a full-on meal if you wanted to. The bread bowl alone is going to fill you up real quick, and that bisque is thick and creamy enough to take up the rest of your stomach space too. But $8 for a hearty, carby bite of food in Disney World is hard to beat. I'm not always one to recommend picking up those packaged gift shop treats when Disney's got so many fresh options available nearby, as you know. But Epcot's World Showcase is an exception. Inside nearly every pavilion gift shop, you're going to find unique packaged treats that are specific to that pavilion's country. If I even attempted to cover all of them in this video, we'd be sitting here for the next 4+ hours, and we've already done that once on the DFB channel this year. So instead, here are a few gift shop specialty treats you might find during your next loop around World Showcase. Inside La Tienda Marketplace in the Mexico Pavilion, you can often pick up Mexicono. Now these might look like simple sugar cones at first, but they have this really indulgent caramel center to them. Of course, you'll often catch us talking about all those unique Lay's chip flavors at the House of Good Fortune in the China Pavilion. In the past, we've tried flavors like craft beer and spicy hot pot, grilled squid, and cherry blossom rice wine, just to name a few. Wine Keller over in the Germany Pavilion is your best bet for upscale, liqueur-filled chocolates like brandy cherries and pear liqueur pralines. A different way to offer up a Prost for sure. At the back of the Mitsukoshi department store in the Japan Pavilion, you're going to find a treasure trove of treats and unexpected snacks. I know the Tamagogani dried crabs can look intimidating at first if you're not used to them, but if you just close your eyes and take a bite, they definitely have the texture and flavor of a pork rind. Meanwhile, over in the France Pavilion, you can pull away from Léal long enough to try a different type of French-inspired snack. Le Vins de France has packaged snacks like the Brets, cheese chips, and butter cookies. The sea salt caramel butter cookies are the bomb. And speaking of packaged international cookies with a buttery flavor, the Walker's Shortbread are these round cookies that come plain or chocolate dipped over in the UK Pavilion, and they have a cute little Mickey and a Scottish kilt on the front of the packaging. Ah, yes, we meet again, Croque Glace, and what a sweet, sweet reunion it is. If you haven't caught on just yet, the France Pavilion is a hotspot for exclusive treats in Epcot. And while I sure do love getting a brie galette over at Creps or an assortment of pastries from Leal, I've got a real sweet spot, pun intended, for the La Artisan de Glace ice cream shop. This is where you're going to find the Croque Glace, a dessert that lets you pick which ice cream flavor you want, sandwiched between a warm pressed brioche bun, and of course, there's a sauce as well. The brioche tastes a lot like a sweet, slightly buttery croissant. I know, it's not croissant dough, but it's very soft and pillowy, and the ice cream gives it an extra level of sweetness, as well as a pleasing contrast in temperatures. And for all you grown-ups out there, La Artisan is also home to the ice cream martini, which is another treat where you're going to be able to choose your ice cream flavor and your booze preference, too. You can get this martini with a shot of Grand Marnier, whipped cream vodka, or rum, but no matter which you choose, this booze is strong. And still, the ice cream manages to shine through as a rich, smooth, creamy, distinct flavor all its own. Now, Bria and I often argue about this one. I think the school bread at Kringla Bakery Odd Cafe in the Norway Pavilion is fabulous. This is a sweet bread roll injected with vanilla custard and then covered with icing and toasted coconut. And to me, it tastes like a cross between a cinnamon roll and a dinner roll, and the vanilla custard is extremely smooth and abundant throughout. And then you've got that extra layer of icing and coconut on top. It's not too sweet, it's just right. Meanwhile, Bria thinks the combo of coconut flakes and custard makes the school bread taste like you're biting into a pillow of suntan lotion. So if you're more coconut custard averse, like she is, then you might want to go her route and order the Christoph Cafe at Kringla Bakery instead. This is a frozen coffee with coffee chocolate sauce and garnished with coffee chocolate crunch. Wherever you land on the coconut coffee debate today, there's one thing you absolutely can't refute about Kringla's school bread, and that is you're not going to find it in Disney World outside of Epcot. Epcot releases new exclusive treats all the time, and we are always in that park trying them out. We just tried out two today, actually, two brand new treats in Epcot. And if you want to learn more about the one-of-a-kind snacks you're going to be able to find here during your next visit, be sure to sign up for our free DFB newsletter. We're going to message you in real time when we learn more about what's new and fresh and hitting the scene. And don't forget to pick up our free Best Disney World Snacks PDF as well over at disneyfoodblog.com/bestsnacks. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.